We're back with Fast Five, where our three panelists discuss 5 topics in just a few short minutes. Let's get to our first topic. The commissioners are said to need to review the sexual harassment investigations, according to our county administrator. Ron, what are your thoughts on that? How deep do they need to get into this?
I think there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't think it's a train. I think that we have to know that there is a policy in place for everybody in county government to adhere to any sexual harassment policy,
Whether they're elected or
regardless
hired.
of who you are. And I think that's modern day business professional etiquette that should take place, and I think that everybody should follow the regulation, but I do think it should be made as much as can be made public. And that goes on not just to harassment, but on who leaked the information.
Ken?
Transparency is key when it comes to government. Ron couldn't put it any better than I could.
Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Apple reveals iPhone X. Didn't we skip over a couple here? We had 8, didn't we?
We're skipping 9.
Ken, why are we doing that?
Well, because X is, it's like trendy or something. I don't know. It's a marketing ploy.
I get it.
But
X is 10.
I get
it's
that.
our 10th anniversary.
So it's funny because.
But we've skipped 9.
But we got 8.
But we skipped 9.
Well, but if you have 8, 9's not yet come out.
I don't have 8. I've only got a 7.
Well, it's funny. My wife was showing this to me, and she was all excited. She said, "Hey, it'll unlock with just all I have to do is hold it up, and it'll unlock based on my face
with your glasses on."
And I smiled at her, and I said, "So all I got to do is take a picture of you, and I can hold it in front of the phone, and it'll unlock." Sweet! I can't wait.
Won't work.
Supreme Court sides with Donald Trump on controversial refugee ban. Ron, did you see this one coming?
Sure.
Okay.
There was parts of that ban that was okay.
Obviously, a lot of parts, right?
Sure.
Okay.
If he hadn't rolled it out in 6 days, he'd have done a lot better.
Ken?
Yeah, I agree with Ron.
Okay, so no surprise.
No surprise at all.
All right, Ted Cruz. This is the story of the week. Ted Cruz, his one of his staff members, accidentally tweets a incest porn site. Accidentally. How do you do that accidentally?
Well, so in all fairness, it wasn't a tweet. It was they liked the tweet.
Okay.
So, and I think they ended up saying he blamed it on like an aide or an intern.
Yeah,
or
I
something
meant to
like that.
CNN.com, but what I really liked was sexwithyoursister.com.
Well, but that kind of makes me wonder, well, what were you searching for there?
Because the search engines, it used to be the search engines when you would put in a search and it would bring up stuff that maybe you weren't looking for. They don't do that as much anymore.
Well, especially not with Twitter.
You have to turn something off.
With Twitter, it's all very keyword specific.
Exactly.
And it's easy to hit a like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
And if somebody was out there perusing in their browser, something like that, that wouldn't have been the first time it ever happened. You think Ted Cruz would ever own up to it?
Yeah. So how many sex-oriented porn sites have you liked in your life, Ron?
I don't know the number.
That's a good answer, Ron.
Maryland town to allow illegal immigrants to vote in local elections. What do we think about that one, Ron?
Read the Fox version and read the Baltimore Sun version, and you really will have an education on who's for what.
Okay.
Here's a place where you have College Park and other places that have said there's other areas in the state of Maryland and other areas in the country that want to have immigrants able to vote in local elections. It's not governor.
I get that.
It's not presidents in local elections.
Do you support it?
No.
Okay. Ken?
I agree with Ron. I do not support it. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that when you swear into your office, even for a local election, you still vow to uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Goodness
a citizen
gracious.
does
We're
not.
agreeing a lot tonight.
Yes, a citizen has the ability to vote in an election. A non-citizen does not.
Now, you got to take it a step further, though, and that step further is as the Constitution was written, who got to vote? Property owners.
Right.
Wasn't a citizen. So it was white male property owners. What happened? Women couldn't vote under the Constitution when it started.
Right.
Blacks
and we
couldn't
revised
vote,
the Constitution.
and blacks couldn't vote. So
Right.
for those reasons, I think the whole thing needs to be visited. The amendment that's there now, I don't support, but I do think there has to
national
be
level.
on a national level, it has to be
Right.
looked at a heck of a lot different. Because as the country was designed, only white men that own property could vote. And there's trickling down in all states and everything, part of those problems. And that's what Make America Great Again. Because someday I want you to do a panel on what Make America Great Again, what it really means.
And that one we will do, Ron. But right now, we're going to do thumbs up and thumbs down. Stay tuned because our last segment is coming up next.